Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I've had a pretty interesting week to say the least. Aside from the game that we're talking about, just some other weird stuff has been going on. But nothing too crazy, nothing for you guys to worry about. Anyway, we are going to be diving into a really weird game. We are going to be talking about Tale of the Sun on the PlayStation. So this incredibly bizarre and just kind of disturbing, but not really disturbing experience, this came to us from Art Inc. And it is, to put it in the best way I can, it's a sort of open world adventure game where you play as a caveman and you go around basically eating these weird. I had to look it up. Some of these are actually sugar cookies that apparently just are naturally occurring in this world. I don't know why, but whatever. Anyway, you got one very simple goal in this. And it's just. This game is just so weird. I really had to take breaks while I was playing this. I first got this game way back in the late 90s. I didn't get it when it came out, I got it later. And I've never had the instruction booklet for it. So I was just totally lost while I was playing this thing. At least I was lost the first time I played it. Now I kind of understand it a little more. It's very easy to die at the beginning, as you can see. You just roll up and all of a sudden a Smilodon, or a saber-toothed tiger, or at least that's what the game informs me that's supposed to be, just decides that you're dead. Basically teaches you your place in this world. When you don't have a weapon, you are just at the mercy of any of the 2 or 3 monsters in this, or animals in this, that just want you fucking dead. Thankfully, most of the animals don't really pose much of a threat to you, like the monkeys, the deer, and a bunch of other things. They kind of don't care about you. The rest of the game, though, you are largely just a complete hazard to yourself. As you can see, you just end up drowning. Shit happens in this game. It's so bizarre and weird, and I'm sorry that I haven't really talked too much about what you're actually doing. Just give me a second and I'll get to it. So basically your overall goal in this is to build a tower out of mammoth bones, or woolly mammoth bones, in order to reach the sun. Very simple goal. As you can kind of see, you level up your culture, you fight whatever the hell that thing was supposed to be, and you eventually get a stick. Then you can upgrade to an axe, as you can see here, and then eventually you get a spear later on. And you really want the spear, because if you don't have this thing, if you don't have the spear and you try to take on these mammoths, and you haven't mastered the bizarre controls and you can't quite throw rocks at them, you are fucked. Those mammoths will very quickly teach you your place in this world, and it is not anywhere near the top of the food chain. And honestly, that's pretty much all you do. You go around, you kill animals, collect their meat, and then eventually work your way up to killing the woolly mammoths. And you have to collect. I honestly did not keep track of how many bones you need to collect in order to build this tower. But you do have a lot of things that you can explore. You have some caves that you can go in. There are some islands out there. I never quite figured out why there were other cavemen wandering around. I'm assuming they're part of your clan, but they might not be. There are some aliens, because, why the hell not? I also want to point out how this meat looks absolutely out of place in this game. It looks like it should be in a cartoon. Nothing else looks like it. It's so very weird. And it just keeps getting weirder, to be perfectly honest. So I just want to talk about the graphics really quick. They're not great. Basically your character model, the animals' character models, they're not very good, even by 1996, 1997 standards. They're not great. The world, I think, looks pretty good. The trees look kind of normal for the most part. You do have some variation when you can go down to the desert area, you can go up into the tundra, you can see the differences in the terrain that you're on. They managed to get the snow here, you also have rain later on. And honestly, the weird sugar cookies look okay. You run into weird rocks that you're not supposed to eat, but it kind of looks like you can, so that's a little strange every once in a while, but you know, whatever. So let's just talk about the sky. During the day, you can see normal sky on the left and then the sky on the right from the game. I hope you can tell the difference between the two. But at night, you get whatever the hell this is supposed to be, where you just have like regular stars flowing through the sky. You have some planets. I think those are planets, but they could be wrong. Everything in this game is just so weird. And then you come to the end of the game and it's like you're building this stupid tower and you're trying to figure out how many bones you need, and then it looks like you actually have gotten the number that you need, and then you're trying to figure out what you do next. And the game just gives you a middle finger because it never explains anything to you. It's God, I love this game and I hate it all at the same time. It's just so weird. Thankfully, they do give you some hints. Like, they show you this image where you can see how many bones that you've gotten and how close you are to the tail of the sun. So you kind of have an idea of when you need to get up there. They also give you this weird stat bar, which makes no goddamn sense to me, because it's like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's all the color coordination and everything. I don't understand how to make any of those colors go up, but whatever. This game is just very bizarre. I should probably explain that a little bit. You, in theory, can raise your stats by eating all of those apparently naturally occurring sugar cookies and some other unnameable objects that you find on the ground. I'm sorry, this is just... Explaining this doesn't even make any sense to me while I'm trying to explain what's going on. Whenever you eat one of these sugar cookies, you'll flash like a different color, like different parts, like it's affecting a different part of your body. When you eat the meat, it flashes everywhere, and I don't understand how it actually works. I'm told, or I've from reading stuff on the internet, it sounds like you can up your stats, but it never feels like it actually is doing anything when you eat all of this crap. So maybe you're slowly killing your caveman. That would actually make more sense for this game. Like, that would actually make a lot of sense. Anyway. So, you do all of the stuff that I've said. You collect all the bones and everything. You eat all your sugar cookies. You basically kill every animal that ups your cultural level, which... honestly, like, allows you to get more cavemen, so you can essentially never die in this, just because of how many lives you can accumulate. So it just becomes very bizarre and a very strange experience to go through this thing. And then you come up to the end, and it took me a while to figure out how to actually climb this stupid tower. And the controls are not complicated, they're fairly simple. You just have the 4 face buttons, square runs, triangle picks stuff up, pressing triangle again after you pick something up will either cause you to eat it or throw it. And most of that's just kind of crapshoot, you just guess. Circle is your attack button, and then X is jump. So it's not very complicated. The L and R buttons, like, that was just a waste of everybody's time to have those in there. They could have done something more with those. It's just very strange. The controls are not great. The graphics aren't particularly great, even for the time. The game just, like, does not explain anything to you. I'm sure it's in the manual to explain that, but I never owned it, so I just kind of had to guess. Just assumed that I was doing well. But it's oddly fun. I don't know why. it was just a fun experience to go through. Uh, Even back when I had it, like I never did drugs, but I kind of thought I should have been doing them just so that this whole thing made more sense to me. And even now playing it again, I still think that probably would have helped out a lot, but whatever. So anyway, that's Tale of the Sun. Uh, yeah, this one is gonna be weird. I'm sorry about that, but it's a weird game. It's hard to explain, even though it's very simple. Just go out there, kill animals, collect bones, and build a tower to the sun. You think that would be easy, but apparently it takes about 4 to 10 hours to do it, depending on how you want to go about and explore. Anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you have a great day, and I hope this at least made you laugh, and somehow you find some joy in my confusion at trying to explain this. Anyway, talk to you later, and have a great day, everyone.